Legend Entertainment. I'm Christopher Willett.
And I'm Abby Rooney, and today we're talking about...
This is the second recent movie based on the comic book character, the Hulk. This movie chronicles the standard Hulk story. Bruce Banner is trying to control himself and prevent the Hulk from coming out. Bruce Banner is trying to cure himself, while the army is chasing him down, trying to simultaneously stop him and take the Hulk on themselves and use it as a weapon. How was it?
It was awesome. It was so well done. Ed Norton was great. Again, not an actor I ever would have picked, much like Robert Downey Jr. as Tony Stark, but he was perfect. The action was all great. It was all really well done and spaced out and still had a good storyline.
And the special effects were really good. Sometimes I was very aware that the Hulk was computer generated just because he's so weird looking. But when...
Yeah, you can't really get away with that.
Right, it's just, you know that's fake. Though when he was sitting next to Liv Tyler in the cave, they really looked like they were the same. Like, she was as real as he was. Did you watch the TV show?
I've seen clips of it, and you know that Lou Ferrigno, he had a cameo.
But actually, the entire intro, when they're showing the skulls and the stuff moving in that machine, is the intro to the TV show.
Oh, that's right.
There were a bunch of scenes, and like when they show Bruce Banner in shadows with just his eyes turning green, that was from the show as well. And he's flipping the channels, and he finds the courtship of Eddie's father. And the scene is Bill Bixby, who played David Banner in the TV show. Yes, this Hulk is not an update of the first movie. This Hulk is an update of the TV show informed by the comic book. The enemy he fights is Abomination, who is from the comic book. There's a hint that another major enemy is coming as you see the mad scientist and his head starts to bubble. It was a fun action comic book movie. There was nothing very intellectual. It didn't seem like a standard Ed Norton movie, though having him there, I think, bumped it up. It also bumped up expectations for me. It wasn't as like heady as Fight Club, though it dealt with a lot of the same issues and it could have been.
I loved that movie.
Okay, one more thing about how it was. There is plenty of little moments for those informed on the comic book. From a reference to the Hulk's purple pants, from the Hulk yelling Hulk smash, like that.
Yes, I noticed that.
And the bar they go to is Stanley's.
Oh yeah?
Yes. Yeah, there's a lot of good things. Which if you're going to watch a Marvel comic book movie these days, first find out what Stan Lee looks like. It's like finding the duck in an Osborne book. You need to find Stan Lee.
I love watching for the cameos. This one was really obvious though. X-Men, he's the hot dog vendor, like he's like totally in the background.
Yes.
This one was really like, oh, hello!
Is it good for kids?
Not little kids. This is an action movie. There's a lot of violence, you know, there's some scary things. And however, up until we see Abomination, there really isn't all that much that's really gory or anything like that. He is a pretty frightening creature, and that was kind of gory. I would definitely preview this movie first.
The Hulk is just a big green guy, though there is a transformation where he's stuck on the table that I think is pretty disturbing, where they watch him change.
Yeah, the changeover is kind of gruesome.
Though prior to that, they do finally they show you the change. Prior to that, it's a lot like a 1950s, 1920s monster movie. And I enjoyed that. Mm-hmm. But the change is gruesome, the other character is gruesome, but then there is an actual sex scene.
They don't get to follow through with the action because he can't get excited.
He may actually become the Hulk if his heart rate goes up too high. The unfortunate thing with this is there was no morality here. The idea was just, I'm a guy, you're a girl, we like each other, we're alone, we should have sex.
And how unfortunate that we can't.
She expresses disappointment. Though they don't get anywhere, the scene is pretty explicit. She's only wearing a shirt, he's only wearing pants. Check screen it for an entire breakdown. I'm not going into the rest of it. Oh, it is... I was surprised, especially after Iron Man, where it was just, we knew he was going to bed, and then later on, you see the girl. I was surprised that scene.
I thought that was a lot worse than you.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I thought that was. I was like, whoa! When I saw that, yeah.
Wait, with Iron Man?
With Iron Man.
You thought that was worse than the Hulk, or?
I guess they were about the same. But I was pretty shocked with that. Even though it was really short, I thought it was kind of shocking.
At first, I thought, which I hate thinking this, but at first I thought they could have just cut that out. It added nothing to the story. But it was obviously important to the director because there was a flash at the beginning to let you know that they had a sexual relationship. And I believe the point of that scene, besides having the cute, funny joke, was to let you know that they have picked up where they left off, that they are back together. So, where at first I was thinking we didn't need that scene, I believe the director did need it, and they very much planned that out.
What about spiritual issues?
As I've mentioned before, there are some spiritual issues. Marvel comic book movies love to reference it. I think this one may have referenced it the least of any of them. The mad scientist character does mention that when he saw the Hulk, it was godlike. There's one scene where Bruce Banner is dropped from a helicopter. He doesn't know if he can still turn into the Hulk, so it is self-sacrifice, and he ends up buried in the street and having a resurrection as the Hulk. He's being dropped from the helicopter. I thought it looked a little more like Jonah than Jesus, but Jonah, of course, was a picture of Jesus. Other than those very fleeting moments, they don't bring up spirituality.
There is a scene of mercy when he's about to finish off Abomination and she stops him. I thought that was really interesting.
See, I'm not sure.
And I expected that after she stopped him that he would do something else and then would take him down, and that it didn't.
Like Spider-Man 1 with the Green Goblin.
Yeah.
Yes. See, afterwards I was a little confused with that scene. I wondered if the Hulk had killed Abomination and she was stopping him because he succeeded. Now stop, don't just go on a rage. Because he was saying he can't control the Hulk, he can aim the Hulk.
Right.
So he aimed the Hulk, and she was now trying to bring him back in control now that the mission was over. So it might have been mercy, but I think he might be dead.
Really?
Yeah, I'm not sure. I don't think the scene was clear enough.
No, it wasn't. It was strange. It was definitely not what I thought was going to happen.
Yeah, I think if it was mercy, I think we should have seen Abomination groan or something. And if it was dead, I think we should have seen some blood. Not to be gratuitous, but just, I don't think it communicated well at that point.
Yeah.
The only other spiritual issue is he does practice Eastern meditation to control his heart. And he is trying to control this rage, and there is no mention of God.
It's more of a practical thing that he's practicing, not spiritual.
What is our recommendation?
See it, rent it.
See, I'm going to say no. No,
really?
Yeah. Slightly based on the Eastern mysticism and definitely based on their view of sex, I'm going to say no. I don't think it's worth it.
Really?
Really? Yeah. Yeah.
I liked it. I thought Ed Norton did a great job.
I think, see, I don't think you can fault it as a movie.
On YouTube, please click subscribe. On our blog, please click the RSS feed.
The first movie actually brought up a bunch of stuff about God, but then never answered it, which is why I hated it.
Yeah, I feel like I should probably rent it just to see it.
Don't.
It's not even worth it.
No.
Now that I've seen
this one is
Incredible
so much
Hulk,
better.
I'm not gonna.
Yeah. They did the let's make the movie look like a comic book. But it was done so well. And they brought up all these issues about God, about what the point of anger is, and they just kept bringing up issue after issue. And at the end, instead of dealing with any of them, they threw in another monster that made no sense. And they had a fight scene that I didn't understand. I thought the Hulk was dead at the end of the movie, and then he wasn't. And yeah. So I'm fine with, okay, Abomination might be dead or not. It's so much better than the other one.
And actually, that's one of the reasons I